Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today's video is gonna be a very special different video. I'm actually going to predict the Premier League match day 1 matches and the score predictions for the first 10 games of the season. Now, one game is actually playing in a few hours from now, so I'm just gonna get this video out before, hopefully. But it's not gonna be a long video. We're just gonna talk about the game itself and why I think that it will be that score. So let's get into it. First up, it's actually kicking off in about 4 hours time. Burnley hosting Manchester City. It's actually in favour of Burnley, Turf Moor. They have the host, but let me just keep track as well because I'll come back to it. I think. Let me just write down as notes. Personally, have Burnley done enough this transfer window? I think they've made some very good signing. James Trafford from Man City is a good signing, but personally, I still think Man City are too strong. I think Burnley will score, but I think it's going to be a 3-1 win to Manchester City. So I'm just going to write that on my notepad here, on my phone. Yep, 3-1 Man City. I think that's a comfortable win. I think Burnley will score. I think they have quality. But I think Man City, even with so many players departing, Riyad Mahrez, Ilkay Gundogan, I think it's great news that they're trying to tie Bernardo Silva and Kyle Walker. But I think those players are crucial. I think a right winger is so crucial. If you lose Bernardo Silva as well as Riyad Mahrez, you're relying on Cole Palmer and another right winger. So Bernardo Silva has to stay here. So for me, 3-1 Man City, Burnley, opening day. You're playing against the champions, the treble winners, the current Champions League holders. You're not really going to expect too much. Of course, Company will want to expect more from his side. I forgot the score. Was it like 6-0 the last time they played Man City last season? So yeah, it's not a great head-to-head in the last year. Next up, Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. First up, is Matt Turner going to be ready for that game for Nottingham Forest? Also, it's Declan Rice's first Premier League game for Arsenal. It's Kai Havertz's first Premier League game for Arsenal. It's Ewan Timber's first Premier League game, but also for Arsenal. Is David Raya going to play? I don't think so. I think it's going to be around Ramsdale. For me, it's going to go one way and one way only. I think Arsenal are going to win, and I think they're going to win 2-0 against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal, quality team, second runners-up last season. They have to start strong if they're looking to spoil Man City's party this season. And if they don't get all 3 points against a team like Nottingham Forest, who are probably going to be in the relegation zone come matchday 10-15, there'll be question marks raised on Arsenal. So they have to get off to a good start like they did last season. But it was the last 5-10 matches last season that really got them. So if they can get a good start this season and also ensure that towards the end the pressure with keeping up with Man City doesn't get to them, I think that they genuinely stand a chance this season. But let's see. Sheffield United, Crystal Palace next. It's a weird one, isn't it? Because, again, like I said with Burnley, the promoter teams would really like to get home advantage. So Sheffield United have that. Is it Bramall Lane, their stadium? Crystal Palace, I think, with the loss of Wilfried Zaha, Michael Olise is currently out, injured, I think. You're relying on Eze. You're relying on two strikers in Mateta and Edouard, who haven't been convincing. Yes, you bring Jefferson Lerma to Patrick Doucouré, but a lot of people actually, went with a Palace win. I'm gonna go 1-1. I think it can go realistically either ways, but I just have a feeling it's gonna end in a draw. Sheffield United are gonna pick a point up. Crystal Palace are gonna be kind of content with a point. But for me, draw. Next up, could be another draw really. Bournemouth, West Ham. Two teams that are gonna be in and around that same area. Some people have Bournemouth above West Ham. Some people have West Ham above Bournemouth in their prediction, but they aren't really too far off. They're probably gonna finish from 11th to 14th, 15th. So it's really, really down to which team throughout the Premier League season get more points from, overall games, right? Bournemouth, they've got a good team. They've brought in good players this season. West Ham, where is Declan Rice's replacement? Edson Alvarez isn't going to play. I don't even think he's done his medicals as of recording, but maybe he has. But of course, he's not going to play. So where is that player that is going to replace Declan Rice? They're probably going to play Souček and Fornals for the first game or something. Attack Scamacca is gone. Are they going to rely on Antonio and Ings for the next 38 games, including Europe? So that's going to be 50 games for West Ham this season. So what's going to happen here with West Ham? They've got good players. Jared Bowen is a great player. Kufau is a great player. If they bring Maguire in, he'll be a good addition, but of course he's not going to make it. Again, he's a very, very good player. However, I feel like Bournemouth can do it. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Bournemouth win. I just have a feeling that they're going to go and get the job done. They're at home, so it's not realistically, that tough, because you're not going away to the London Stadium. You're staying home. Is it the Vitality Stadium? Is their name or something? I forgot what the Bournemouth Stadium is called. I always forget their stadium name. But the 10,000 fans, home crowd, Bournemouth, maybe a good start for them. Let's see. Next up, Brighton at home to Luton Town. This is what I'm talking about, because Luton Town have started off away, and you're going away to Brighton, to the Amex. They're not really going to do anything, so I'm just going to be straightforward. Brighton 3-0 win. I can't see anything other than that. Let's talk about Brighton. McAllister gone. Moises Caicedo. Obviously, Liverpool came in with a huge £110 million bid, but apparently the player wants only Chelsea. So what's going to happen there? They've brought the Hood is a great addition. James Milner is a great addition. Igor at the back is a great addition. Joao Pedro is a great addition. So I look at this team. Yes, they've lost McAllister. Yes, they're probably going to lose Caicedo. But if they can get the personal side of things with Kurdistan, of course, he wants a release clause apparently, but Brighton don't want to have a release clause in his contract. So if they can get Kudus in after negotiating on the player side, and then another midfielder in, maybe, just maybe, they can retain the top 5, top 6 again. But it depends on what they do. But I think it's going to be a solid 3-0 win to start the season off for Brighton. No problems there. Next few games, Everton, Fulham. I mean, you can really throw a coin at this, really. Jimenez has gone over to Fulham. Willian, I've been told by someone in the comments, is apparently staying. I've heard that Mitrovic might actually stay now. Palhinha is a key player to that team. He runs that midfield. And then you look at Everton. If there's no Calvert-Lewin, where they're going to get the goals from? They've apparently been linked to Hugo Ekitike from PSG. Is that too big of a profile for them to look for? Should they be looking for someone who isn't that risky? Who knows? Overall, it looks like a draw. I'm not gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go Everton 1, Fulham 2. I think Fulham will get this game on their belts. I think they'll win. I know it's a Goodison Park, but I just feel like Fulham will do it. Last 4 games, Newcastle, Aston Villa. What a game that is going to be. So, Newcastle Villa. Let's talk about Newcastle. Sandro Tonali coming into the midfield. Great addition into their midfield with Guimaraes, with Joe Linton. But as I've already said, I still think they need a 6 in there. I don't think Tonali is your 6. I don't think Guimaraes is your 6. Because they're both 6 that is more of an advanced 8. So the best quality that you want to get out of these 2 players is probably not by playing them at 6. If you can do it, you can do it, but you're not getting the maximize out of them. They're not maximizing the most out of them. In terms of that, it's been a pretty quiet window. Livramento has come in. Aston Villa, what a window they've had. Diaby, Pau Torres, Yuri Tillemans, 3 massive signings. So, how is the season going to start? I think it's going to be Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 2. I can't see either of the 2 teams being separated. It's really, really, really tight. Both have got great teams. Eddie Howe against Unai Emery, both great coaches, great managers. I think it's going to be tight. And I do think there will be a draw. It is kind of an advantage for Newcastle at St James's Park. So, maybe, just maybe. But I'm going to go with a draw. Brentford Spurs. Spurs have just lost Harry Kane, haven't they? So he's not going to be available for that. And then what else are they going to do? Because I think their front 3 now is going to be Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski. They've also got Solomon in there, who is a great addition. The midfield is really exciting. Madison, but who is going to fit the balls into? You know, who is he going to assist? Bentancur, great. Let's see if Bissouma can get back to his best. The defense, is Udogie going to play? Is Pedro Porto going to play? Are they going to play 2 attacking wing backs? Mickey van der Ven, probably his debut. Romero, Vicario. I'm going to go Brentford. This is I think this is the toughest to predict, really, because people on paper would say Spurs should do it. But I have a sneaky feeling Brentford might just sneak a 1-0. I'm going to go for 1-0 Brentford win. I think the loss of Harry Kane would really prove instrumental, really. Because Richarlison last season didn't, justify his price. It didn't show enough. Kulusevski and Son need to get back to their absolute best. Are they going to do that? Who knows? Last 2 games, Chelsea, Liverpool. Look, it's at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea, have just lost Nkunku for the next 4 months. The midfield not sorted yet. Is it going to be Enzo and Gallagher, I suppose, as a midfield duo? Nicholas Jackson has been looking incredible. Ian Maatsen is there. Noni Madueke came. Mikhailo Mudryk. They've still got plenty of attacking players in there. It's not like Nkunku is the end of the world, but of course he's a great player and he'll be missed. Liverpool, Szoboszlai, McAllister, exciting. Personally, I'm gonna go Chelsea to lose. I'm gonna go with a high scoring one to lose 2-3. So Liverpool to win 3-2. Just about sneak one of the late minute goals. I'm gonna go with this as my high scoring game. Right? And lastly, Manchester United at home at Old Trafford hosting Wolves. Straight up, Man United 3, Wolves 0. Forfeit the game. Wolves are gonna get relegated in my opinion. Like, they've not done anything. Like, what are you doing? Like, honestly, Do you want to get relegated, Wolves? If not, do something. They've lost Jimenez, they've lost Diego Costa, they've lost Moutinho, they've lost Neves, they've lost Cody, they've lost Collins. The whole spine of the team have been lost. They've brought in Cunha. I don't think it's convincing. What are they doing? I don't know. But guess what? They're probably gonna go and win 1 or 2-0 because it's the most typical thing ever, isn't it? I just have a feeling Man United will do well. Marcus Rashford MVP. Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro. They have got individuals that can win them the game. They don't need a team. Of course, they'll need a team, of course, right? I'm not saying that you can just rely on these, but in terms of if the team isn't performing at its best or as it should, Marcus Rashford will just come out of nowhere and score a goal. Casemiro will probably just get a goal. Bruno will probably make a lovely pass to create a goal. You know, Rafa Varane will probably score a header. They've got individuals there that can, you know, really win the game by themselves. So just a bit of a recap. I've gone Burnley 1, Man City 3, Arsenal 2, Nottingham Forest 0, Sheffield United 1, Crystal Palace 1, Bournemouth 2, West Ham 1, Brighton 3, Luton 0, Everton 1, Fulham 2, Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 2, Brentford 1, Spurs 0, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 3, and Man United 3, Wolves 0. That's it. Let me know what your predictions are. Do you agree or disagree with them? Let me know down below as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel if it's on already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.